It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show.
Frank.
Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show. Aloha, headsets. Frankie Boy here, and it's review time today on the Frank Show. We are bringing out our inner primates with Crisis on the Planet of the Apes VR. Now, like with most movie tie-ins, my expectations going into this one were rather low. And in the end, one big glaring flaw keeps it from being anything more than that. Now, real quick, before we get started, if you want to keep in a loop on the latest and greatest PSVR titles, friggin' subscribe. Okay, on to the review. So I gotta be honest, part of me loved raising my big monkey fist in the air and banging on my chest to distract the god while my furry pal knocked him out and picked the lock on occasions. I felt primal in the best way, but sadly, as soon as I had to stop moving, I was immediately pulled out of the immersion. Crisis of the P, as I will be calling it, is actually a pretty damn good movie tie-in. The price is probably still a bit off for most of us, cough cough free, but what does exist is high caliber and visually pretty stunning. So, as I'm sure you can assume, you play as an ape. You're pulled into a government testing facility and pretty much immediately sprung by your simian associate. From there, you must run, climb, jump, and shoot your way past dozens of government agents to reclaim your freedom. Sounds pretty awesome, right? And really, other than the terrible ground movement system, it actually is. The climbing mechanic is fun and works astonishingly well with just the hold of your move buttons to grab a cliff of pipe. The gunplay, although very watered down, works and it feels a bit tactical moving around to find another clip. The visuals, although mostly set in very dark environments, are some of the most polished I've seen yet on PSVR, and the audio is both well voice acted and well produced spatially. Sadly, all of these pieces are ruined by an underlying node-based movement system that pulls you from the immersion as you move from objective to objective. The basics of movement are done with a variation of fluid locomotion system that has you swinging your arms to move your avatar. I'm normally a fan of this movement mechanic, but instead of creating virtual pathways, it could easily have been blocked off to create what felt like choice but was really linear, and they went with nodes. These nodes are placed fairly close to each other and must be pointed at, turned on, and then a swift swing of the arms to reach it. Repeat. I get it, you don't want players facing away from the camera, but most of us are over this, and you kinda lessen your entire experience with one little thing. Not to mention your players following nodes that have them turning a full 90 degrees with near perfect tracking. It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe everything around me is a facade and there are no true assets to the environment, but if that's the case, why charge fans of the medium $15 for a hampered down experience? I really had a great time playing this one, and although you need a solid amount of space and 2 move controllers, all the mechanics work very well. I particularly enjoyed grabbing onto a ledge for cover and slowly pulling myself over to shoot. It's something I haven't really seen used in a VR game, and it felt pretty natural. All of these positives just make me even more upset that someone along the line didn't speak up and say something, because I know for a fact that I'm not the only one who feels this way. So, as it stands, this one is getting a big fat D, and not in a good way. At the end of the day, it's all about fun and immersion, and I'm sorry to say it, but Crisis of the P has one big flaw that kills both. Looks like another VR movie tie-in will be sinking into the gaming graveyard. Alright, so what you think? You gonna grab it? You gonna wait for a big sale? Or you just gonna say forget about it? Let me know below. Thank you for coming through. I hope you enjoyed the review. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smudges. It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. It's time for the show.